Assalamu alaikum, peace be unto you. Welcome to the Wholesome Lifestyle Network podcast. My name is Jamila Daura, your host. My marriage just turned 10 years about a few weeks ago. I figured we missed a week, and that is too early. Like, it's too early for us to start missing sessions, but I apologize for that. I was busy, I had things to do, but I promise no more excuses. I'm going to try to schedule as many episodes so that we don't go missing another week again. So yeah, my marriage turned 10 few weeks ago. Yeah, about 3 weeks ago, and I figured this would be a perfect way to share 10 things I have learned in the 10 years that I have been married. Alhamdulillah is all I can say. It's been a journey, and before I even get started, I just want you all to know that there are no two same stories when it comes to marriage, but there is always going to be similarities in feelings and in experiences and in events, because we are all humans and we are allowed to feel, and chances are that you can feel something similar to what someone else is feeling. So I hope these things that I'm going to share will serve as some gems, to you listening that is either just starting or that is already in marriage or even seasoned in marriage. Hopefully, I've made sense to the seasoned people in marriage that will be listening to this. So I have decided to divide this into 2 sessions or 2 episodes. In these episodes, we are going to do 5, and in the next episode, we are going to have 5. This is just to keep it simple and sweet. So the first thing I have learned in marriage in the last 10 years is self-awareness of self and partner. If you're hearing any clatters, it is raining. We are expecting some tornado, but hopefully not. But yeah, self-awareness of self and partner is really important. I tell a lot of people that are just starting out in marriage that will come to me, "Oh, Jamila, what is that one thing that you're going to tell me? I'm about to get married," and all those things. I tell them, know yourself. Knowing yourself means that you know your strengths and you know your weaknesses, and you're also aware that your partner has his or her own strength and weakness, and you have to know how to balance those 2 factors. Sometimes your strength might be the only weapon that you need or that you have. Sometimes your weakness as well can also be a weapon for you or against you. So regardless, your strength and your weaknesses can be weapons for you or against you in the success of your marriage. The second thing is communication and listening is a two-way street. So we know everybody tells us communicate, tell what you want, of course, but sometimes, most of the times, definitely where communication seems like it's not happening, or you feel like, oh, but I'm saying all these things, or my partner is saying all these things, but why are we not seeing changes? Why are there no changes? Why does it feel like I'm not communicating? Or why is he communicating or is she communicating in that manner? So it is important that we become actionable, because inactions, can be very, very bad in marriage. So your inactions is probably you listening, or someone is communicating but you're not listening, or you're listening and you're not being actionable with what you're hearing. Maybe your partner tells you that, oh, you've done this and I don't like it, or I like my food this way, but because I'm the one cooking the food, I'm not going to. Well, you're not the one cooking the food, but remember, you're not the only one eating the food as well, so you should always have a middle point. And yeah, the third item that I have here is self-advocacy. This one is special to me because I didn't realize how much I needed to advocate for myself, most especially when you are in a marriage where both of you are coming from different backgrounds. different family orientation. The way I was raised, very different from the way he was raised. I'm from a very big, assertive family with very big personalities, and he is from a family that is very, very conservative in their ways of doing things. And sometimes I feel like I can be overwhelming on him, and sometimes I feel like the spice that I'm looking for is not there. Like, I love ginger, I love to be gingered. I love, oh, look at the beautiful, can you hear the thunder? Like, mashallah, Allahumma sayyiban nafi'an. May Allah make this rain beneficial to us. I mean, by the way, it's been really, really hot, so this rain is perfect. It is perfect because it's going to cool down the temperature for us. But yeah, like, what I'm trying to say is that how to love and be loved in return, how submissive I am without being subservient and being subjugated. How submissive is he without being subservient and subjugated. We know men have lots of egos, but how is his ego not getting in the way of how the success of our marriage, right? So these are the things I think about when I think about self-advocacy. How is he advocating for himself? How am I advocating for myself? How is my personality not pulling him down, and how is his personality not holding me back? Those are the things. So how am I able to say that I want this way, I want to be loved this way, I want to be touched this way, like I want to be treated this way? And is he also doing that for himself, so that he doesn't feel like, hi, I can't tell Jamila I want this, because if I tell her, she's gonna feel this way. And it's like me, I can't tell the mister that I want this, because I feel like if I tell him that I want this, he's not even gonna do it. Well, I'm going to have to ask him. I'm going to have to advocate for that I want, because I feel like it's going to be meaningful for me. It's valuable. The reason why I want it in the first place, or I need it in the first place, is because there is probably some solution that need, want, or ask is about to give, solve something. So self-advocacy is really important. And the next point is sacrifice. Wow. Sacrifice is creating a balance between your wants and your needs. And that is where also, as you're advocating, be rest assured that there's going to be a time where you need compromise. You will need to compromise. You can't be like, I'm advocating, it has to be my way, it has to be. No, I have come to learn that marriage, there's a lot of sacrifices that will go into it before you start having children, and even more when you start having children. A time will come when it feels like this life that you're living is not yours, and you've lost a lot of you. It is all the sacrifices that you have made that is making you feel that way. And it is important that, yes, it is good to make sacrifices. Also be aware in such a way that when it is becoming too much, in a way that you are losing yourself, it is just one-sided. The sacrifice is not balanced. I mean, it doesn't have to be 50-50, but when it is one-sided, the impact will be felt, and it can trigger emotions and thoughts and feelings that you shouldn't even have. So it is good to sacrifice, but make sure that you're creating a balance between the sacrifices that you're making, so you don't feel cheated out of something. The last for this episode is self-establishment. Oh my goodness, a powerful woman is an empowered woman. An empowered woman is a powerful woman. I'm saying this to my sisters, my soul sisters that will be listening to this. You need to be established one way or another. Everybody asks, what do you bring to the table? And that is a valid question. I am very confident as to what I bring to the table. I don't even want to be in anybody's shadow. I want to be my own self. I want to be my own person. While I enjoy to be taken care of, while I want to enjoy my husband's wealth, I want to also build an identity for myself. So all of these will still take you back to being self-aware, knowing what you want, knowing what you can bring to the table, and bringing that to the table honestly is more for you than for the person in question. So, my ladies, this is where I end the first half of the 10 things I have learned in marriage in 10 years of being married. I hope you can digest this while I prepare for the next episode, inshallah, and that would be the concluding part for these episodes. Don't forget to share this podcast and see you on the next one. Ma salama.